Hey y'all, this Steph the Psychic, and I am back with the last video for the King of Diamond. Now, if you've been watching the last video, the prior video, the Pathwork video, it cut off on this last card here. I had to clear some storage out. Nothing big or anything like that. I just had too many videos back to back. I had to upload some. So if you haven't already, go and check out those first few videos for that King of Diamond energy. I already uploaded them. I put them up there already. So this one is going to be coming tonight. Probably gonna watch it tomorrow or something like that because it's still gonna have to upload. So thank you so much for your patience, and while you're at it, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what type of King of Diamond you are. When is your birthday? What is your sign? Are you a male? Are you a female? Are you a woman? Are you a man? If that, offends you at all. So again, we're talking about this chaotic energy that's been kind of going on in your life, and it could possibly be surrounded, with business, with your spirituality, with your counterparts, with your close circle. So go check those videos out. So just for a recap, this equanimity for difficult people was saying that you may be dealing with difficult people at this time, or you may be in difficult or turbulent times at this time right now, maybe having difficult conversations at this time, making you possibly want to, run for the hills. As you can see, this card, let me pick it up for you. Looks like she's running for the hills, right? And it says, may you see things as they are. This is an affirmation for you to say, to either yourself or those that, could be causing difficult times right now. That is an affirmation for you and for your close ones to see things as they truly are. And the next card is this bird here, the ahimsa, the nonviolence. And when you guys can truly see things for what they really are, this bird here is flying above where this woman is. You see, I was explaining this in the last video. You see the clouds, it look like it's the same exact area. However, it's the clouds in the sky is lighter over here because the bird is actually flying above, the chaos that she is running away from. So the bird is able to see many more directions. As you can see the arrows pointing, it got, different directions. That is a sign showing that, when you fly or when you rise above, the chaos or above the drama that may be going on in your life, when you think from a higher perspective, when you do things from a higher perspective and rise above, you'll see that you have, many different paths, many different directions, many different ways to solve the one issue that you may be running from. However, I'm not negating the fact that you may need a break, you may need a pause, you may need a time of reflection just to thoroughly and clearly process what it is that you're going through, so that you are able to rise above the chaos or the drama or your emotions or the feelings or whatever it is that you're going through or you may be going through at this time, concerning the things that I mentioned. And so we get to this breath card, and in the reading I was saying I was talking about breath work. I was talking about breathing, being able to take a breath. And it says, stay with your breath. So, this first card here, it looks like, it may be a little bit of turbulent energy going on, but, the path work here for you is to rise above the drama, rise above the chaos, see things from a different perspective. Don't, internalize, other people's issues, as your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can, or you have the right, to stay in your own energy. You have the right, to not be swayed, by other people's, chaos or other people's drama at that time. You can be there for someone, but that doesn't mean, that you have to, bear all responsibility. You have to bear any type of abuse or any type of negativity, that you don't want to bear. That is not for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can learn a lesson and you can be there with somebody, and help them patch themselves up without allowing them to bleed all over you, is what I'm trying to say. Like, just because you're close to somebody and they're hurting or they're bleeding, like, you don't got to let them bleed all over you just so you can show that you're there for them or you care for them or you love them, or, however, like, you can set firm boundaries and still be there for someone. So with this breath card, I'm going to go ahead and read it. It says, stay with your breath. The tree of life blooms in our breath, extending into and through the universe. Stay with your breath, like the branches of a tree moving in the breeze. Be effortlessly connected to the breath. Stay with your breath, the inhale into the exhale, and back into the inhale, because breath is life. So in the tough times and difficult times, like I said, you may need a break. You may need a pause. You may need, a reflection period. You may need, to get away. And I'm just going to pull a card out of this Adventure Tarot deck just so we can see, if there's any energy or any card that wants to pop out, anything that spirit or your team, your soul team may be trying to, guide you or jerk you or urge you in a direction to go. So you can get that pause, so you can get that reflection, so you can get that rest that you're looking for, so you can process these emotions that you may be going through as a King of Diamond with all of this, heart energy that was in your full reading. And again, if you haven't checked it out by now, go check it out. It's really dope. Maybe some nuggets in there for you. It seems like you may need to talk to somebody or may need to jot down some feelings or, just start journaling or try to get into your heart space a little bit. And again, like I was saying with the what I was saying with the King of Diamond is not a really heart space card. Like they're about their business. They're trying to, get their work done. They are trying to, focus on their responsibilities. They're trying to focus on their legalities. They're trying to focus on their commitments. They're focusing on their bank accounts. They're focusing on, their name. They're focusing on their accomplishments. They're focusing on their status. Like, love is not really a topic that diamonds, tend to focus on unless it's just like a blaze, I don't want to say passionate because that's, sort of a heart area, but for diamonds, it got to make sense. When it don't make sense, then, they're pretty much done with it. Like, you see what I'm saying? So if a relationship is not making sense, if they feel like a relationship is getting in the way of their money, relationship getting in the way of what it is they trying to do, they have no problem with dropping it because they look at relationships and people as interchangeable. They're replaceable. Once something dies out, you replace it. Once something gets broken, you replace it. I know you thought I was going to say you fix it, but nope, not a diamond because they got the money, they got the access, they royal, they ain't got time for all of that. They just gonna replace it. So the cards that popped out, this was the first card that popped out. And this is the cards that could possibly help you get into your zen, get into your breath work, get into yourself. So you got the Scout of Pentacles, you got the Five of Swords that popped out in your reading as well. The Six of Swords popped out in your reading as well. And also the Eight of Swords popped out in your reading as well. So it's basically saying the same thing that I said in your prior reading. Like the Scout of Pentacles, as you can see, this card here is with a trusted loved one. They at a park in an open field, reading tarot, got their incense lit, reading each other, talking to each other, kicking it with each other, just kicking the bobos about what I was talking about, spirituality. That's what this is. This is a card. They just kicking it with their people about spirituality, growing. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual love. There's two ladies on here. They just enjoying themselves, having a good time, growing with each other, growing with one another. Enjoying the weather, getting some sun in and, just blocking the world out and creating their own little vibe. So, that Two of Clubs that popped out, you may be needing to talk to somebody, getting your feelings out. The Seven of Heart that popped out, the spiritual love, Seven of Diamond, the spiritual values card. This all makes sense, you see. And then again, that Five of Swords popped out, or Five of Spades is the same thing. This is a tarot deck, but I had the traditional cards earlier, and when that Five of Spades popped out, it was talking about being a wanderer. You see on this card, what is she doing? She not in the house, she outside. She climbing rocks, she climbing mountains. You see what I'm saying? She got the nunchucks at the bottom. She got her water right there so she could be hydrated. She got, her safety up at the top. You know what I'm saying? This is the Five of Swords in tarot, but the Five of Spades in cartomancy. So that wandering card, that's what I was telling y'all. It don't always got to be negative. You just probably need to get out and move your body. You need to wander a little bit. Go ahead and miss home a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Miss your children a little bit. Miss your spouse a little bit. Maybe miss work a little bit because she not working. She having fun. And this is the Five of Swords, the Five of Spades. So you getting out with a friend, getting into some spirituality, reading some tarot, reading some cards, getting deeper, in your studies. And it don't got to be tarot. I mean, I know they doing tarot on the card and the incense and everything on there, but you could be a type of person who make beads, or you could make clothes, or you could be a astrologer, or any type of taboo spirituality that you have going on. Is this card is urging you to get more into it with a friend, because it's always better with a friend, right? And then see this card, she by herself. This is the Five of Spades. She was just out, with her friend, getting her spirituality on. Now she out in nature with herself, climbing, challenging herself, moving her body, strengthening herself, allowing her mind to wander, about other things. You know what I'm saying? This is the sword. So again, it is spiritual, and this is the Scout of Pentacles. You see what I'm saying? So the Pentacles popped out. Pentacle is diamond. You see Pentacles in tarot, diamond, and cartomancy. And then here go the Six of Swords that popped out, the Six of Spades. You remember the strongest fate card in the deck. Typically it's a man standing up in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. It's a man standing up in a boat, and it's a lady and a child covered up in front of the boat, and the man is trying to get the stick unstuck out the mud so they can float and go through the ocean or go on whatever path they're going on. However, is a little turbulent. The water's not turbulent. The waters are calm. It's just the stick is stuck in the mud. They stuck in some type of way, so they got to get unstuck. However, because this is the strongest karma card in the deck, you see what I'm saying? They could be stuck because spirit could be trying to keep them from an accident, keep them from a turnover, keep them from a storm, keep them from a collision. You see what I'm saying? Or they could be stuck there because it's something that they need to realize before they get going. They could have forgot something. You see what I'm saying? So the Six of Swords is the fate card. So maybe if you try to see your life, or see your situation, or see your business, or see your partner, or see your children, in a different perspective, you know what I'm saying? Because this is the fate card, maybe things will begin to change. You see what I'm saying? Because what you're going through is fated. So it's not like you're going through it for no reason. You're going through it for a reason. Because it's the Six of Swords, or the Six of Spades, which is the fate card, the strongest karma card in the deck. So try to change your perspective, maybe, or your angle. You see what I'm saying? Maybe if they change, even her, she in a boat and her waters are turbulent. She white water rafting. So maybe, facing your fears as well, will help you to, rise above the chaos and, continue on your breath work, because this looks a little dangerous to me. She got her little safety stuff in there, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, it's 6 of them. She got her little safety flares in there or whatever, just in case she gets stuck. So it's like she facing her fears, but she also prepared at the same time. You see what I'm saying? She not getting in the boat. She not white water rafting. She doing it. But she prepared. She got her life vest on. You see what I'm saying? She's putting full stride, full effort in. She ain't, her arms ain't close to her by the side and she just pedaling through that water. No, them arms are swinging. And it's at night. You see the stars? She all by herself. So the first card start off with a friend, a trusted friend, talking, laughing, kicking the bobos, Then you go off in nature. And you say, okay, let me explore a little bit more. Now you in the water. First you on the land. Now you in the water. So it's like the further you go, the deeper you go. You see what I'm saying? And if you do have any, earth placements and any water placements or earth placements that's going into water placements in your chart, it could show where the turbulence is coming in at. Like, I know in astrology, I want to say Vedic, I know when a sign is changing from fire to water. It's like a gandata knot, and it's like, you know, this big chaotic energy, because it's like, oh my God, it was just fire, and like now it's water, and it was hot, and like now it's cold, and it's like you're putting out my fire, you're putting out my flame, like it's not even smoking. You just washed away all the work that I did. All my passion is gone. You see what I'm saying? However, this is going from earth to water. You see what I'm saying? So it could feel the same way, like everything I built is just being washed away. You know, all my structures, like it's just flooded. Like, you know, some type of undercurrent came and it just swept my whole foundation away. You see what I'm saying? Because earth is foundation and water is sweeping away, especially if it's heavy. You know what I'm saying? And the moon energy came out. Remember the two dice that came out, that moon energy came out, and moon controls the water. So your emotions, or you could be in your emotions, they could be kind of turbulent right now, and you could be working through those turbulent emotions, you know, the best way you know how. And again, this is what will help you. So again, talking to somebody, getting out in nature, challenging yourself, working out, getting that body active, facing your fears. And then the last card is the Eight of Swords, which is the Eight of Spades, which is the hardest working card in the day. So you working hard. And then this card is purple, so it's royal. And the king, this is a reading for the King of Diamond. And we all know all kings are what? They're royal. So with this Eight of Swords here, it's just telling you to work hard. Work as hard as you can right now. Put everything that you can into your work, into whatever you committed to, into your business, into your children, into your spouse, into yourself, into your mind, into your spirituality, into love, into everything, every aspect of your life. Put your all into it right now, because this Six of Spade right before that Eight of Spade, or this Six of Sword right before the Eight of Sword, is saying that you are on trial. Remember in the first video I said you might feel like you're on trial by Saturn, or you might feel like, you know, you being judged right now. You know, you are, because it's the Six of Swords or the Six of Spades. This is the toughest or the strongest karma card in the whole deck, and it's right before the Eight of Spades. So it's like Saturn, Jesus, God, your ancestors, your deities, whoever you believe in, they looking at you, and they watching how you work. They watching how you treating people. They watching how you treating your blessings. They watching how you treating what you got. They watching your gratitude. They watching every single thing that you're doing right now, because this Six of Spades came before this Eight of Spades. And look at the Eight of Swords. What they doing? You think you're going to be working hard? No. She delighted, because this is in your feel good. What's going to help you to feel good is for you to work hard. She in the clouds. She above the clouds. Happy. She got her little sticks over there. Again, protection. So you protected no matter what. You protected on this card. You protected on this card. You protected on all these cards. On the Scout of Pentacles, you just chilling. You sitting down in the earth on the ground. On the card where you climbing the mountain, you are protected. You got 3 different protections. Then right here on the white water raft, you got your vest and you got your 6 flares. Then right here on the parachute, you see what I'm saying? You got a parachute. And then your safety equipment has a parachute. Your arms are up open. You're smiling. So this looks like you having a little bit more fun. You know what I'm saying? You getting out of your comfort zone. You doing some things that you never done before. Going places you never been before. Trying some new things out. You got 3 purple cards down here. And so that's royalty. And that's the crown chakra. You see what I'm saying? That's the head. So you could, as the King of Diamond, you could have been so busy, so boggled down with business, with family, with responsibilities, with cleaning up, with this, with that, with everything on your plate, that you just this big old grump, and you just, you know, this big old ball of confusion, and you know, could feel like you spiraling out, or you could take a nap and you still feel, you know, like you need another nap, or, you know, you woke and you feel like it's just so much to get done and it's not enough time. You know, it's because you all in your mind, all in your diamond mind, and you got to come out of it and get in your feels. Like them hearts said, you got to talk to somebody, you got to have some fun, you got to laugh a little bit. Not the typical regular fun. This is not typical regular fun. You see, they not in the house. This person on the ground, this person climbing something, this person in the boat, and this person is in the air. That's all of the elements, which is really wild. So nature is calling out to you. I'm going to go ahead and read these cards. I'm not going to hold you too long. Hope y'all night is going all right. Or a day, depending on what time you're watching this video. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides. I'm truly grateful. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you so much for this benevolent energy. I'm having a difficult time finding this card. It don't want to pop out for me. But we're going to find it. We are going to find it. I think I passed it up. Bear with me. Here we go. I passed it up, y'all. So thank you so much for that pause. So for the Scout of Pentacles, the essence of this card is alignment. And that's what we was talking about. She got her friend there. They both look happy. They reading each other. They trusting each other. They got their crystals. They got their incense. They trying to grow. They in nature. The point is releasing disappointing or disappointment in others. So they're together learning to grow. And the point that they're trying to get is to release disappointment in disappointing others. If you're going on a road trip and want a guaranteed fun time, invite the Scout of Pentacles. She's your witchy friend who's never without her tarot deck, flower, essence, crystals, tinctures, vision boards, materials, the essentials. She can't go anywhere without someone spilling their secret to her because there's just something about her presence that makes people feel right at home. The challenge for the Scout of Pentacles is that she hasn't learned yet that her energy is her most precious resource. She's a bit of an emotional dumping ground at the moment. For the Scout of Pentacles, it's critical that she asks herself on the regular, does this give me energy or does this drain me? When this card appears, it's a good time to take an inventory of how you're spending your time, how you're spending your money, and your energy. There are a lot of energy vultures out there who will gladly take, and take. So let the Scout of Pentacles help you plug those energy leaks and focus only on what's in alignment. You may disappoint others, but isn't that better than disappointing yourself? So you may have a friend, King of Diamond, a witchy friend, or a airy friend, an esoteric friend. Earlier popped out, a Libra, a Libra friend or an Aryan friend, that may be in alignment with you, that may do some of the things that you do, that may be into the same type of spirituality that you are into. And the card is saying that you should allow that friend, the one that just came to your mind, you should allow that friend to help you out of your troubles, help you out of your funk. You should, read some cards, get some crystals, allow them to, work their little witchy magic on you if they truly your friend, if you truly trust in them like that. And that's going to lead, again, that's you with your friend at the beginning. The rest of them, you to yourself. So just like the Two of Clubs, you should be talking to somebody. And that Two of Clubs going to lead to the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords was the Five of Spades. That was the first card that popped out at the bottom of the reading that was going to help you through these hard times. So the Five of Swords, the essence of the Five of Swords is self-love. That's why she wandering. That's why she by herself. That's why she pondering. It's not that nobody else loves her. As you can see, is she got a friend right here, a trusted friend. But it's something within herself that she need to discover. Is herself that she is looking for to discover. She's looking to be able to love herself. So you as the King of Diamond, whoever I'm speaking to, you could be needing to journey emotionally so that you can discover who you are, so that you can learn to love yourself, so that you can learn to accept yourself, so that you can learn to acknowledge yourself and see yourself the way that you desire for other people to see you. It first starts with you. And that is the essence of the Five of Swords. And in order to do that, we have to release the shame that we feel, the shame that we felt, the shame that's been lingering over our head, from our past, from our present, from something we could have recently did, from childhood, from our parents, from where we come from. It could be shame from anywhere. We have to release that shame, and this witchy friend can help you release that shame. You see the cards, you see the crystals, you see the incense. She and y'all in the park, y'all got good vibes. She not looking to judge you. Your friend's not looking to judge you. They want to assist you. They want to help you. They want to see you grow. You see what I'm saying? They want you to see you the way that they see you. You see what I'm saying? And that is the point of the Five of Swords and, the whole wandering aspect. It says it's easy to say we love ourselves when things are going well. But as soon as ish hits the fan and all of our triggers rise to the surface, that's when the real work begins. The Five of Swords is about setting our ego aside so we can practice radical self-love. I'm not talking about bubble baths and affirmations, but the kind of self-love where you have to take and make tough decisions and swallow pride and risk humiliation. But if anything's clear about the Five of Swords, is that now is not the time to quote unquote stick it out. In this card, we see a woman rock climbing. It's the end of the day and her body is tired. She has the choice. She has a choice to either push herself to the top, illustrated. She has the choice to either push herself to the top, illustrated by the Two of Swords above her, or stop early, illustrated by the Two of Swords beneath her. The fifth sword in her back pocket is a reminder that the decision is hers. Today, she practices self-love by listening to her body and calling it quits. Sometimes giving up is the kindest thing we can do for ourselves. If feelings of shame start to crop up as you make the brave decision to walk away, focus on everything that's gained by moving forward. When the Five of Swords appears, ask yourself, where am I pushing myself too hard? So this friend, these cards, these pentacles, everything that, you're going through, the situation that you're running from, you trying to rise above it, you taking that breath work, you know what I'm saying? It's also that you can release the shame. And if you are a person that started a business, a person that started a commitment, either with a person, in a romantic relationship or a friendship or, any type of commitment, partnership, or any type of dedication that you may have started, that you may have lost zeal for, you may have lost your appetite for, you may have lost the inspiration for, and you're trying to go and you're wandering and you're talking and, you're doing all the things, to assist you in clarity and, seeing the truth of the matter, and it's still not helping you, or you just still feel like, man, I just don't want to do this. You should not do it. You should stop doing whatever it is that's causing you shame. If a relationship or you being in a relationship is causing you shame, you should not be in it. If your business or the job that you're working in is causing you shame, you should look to try to change it. If the way you love or the way you parent or the way someone is loving you or, where you live is causing you shame, look to change it. Those fives didn't pop out for a reason. Some type of changes need to be made. But it first starts with assessing your situation, wandering and pondering upon it, talking to someone about it, getting clarity on it, not just hastily making a decision. She didn't just jump out there by herself. She went and consulted with someone before she made her move. So just be sure that you're not moving too hasty. However, be sure that you are searching yourself, searching your mind, asking yourself these tough questions. You see what I'm saying? Now, the next card is the Six of Swords, which is good because it's right after the Five of Swords. You see what I'm saying? And the Six of Swords, the essence of that card is faith. And what you want to release is second guessing. You see what I'm saying? Oh, should I stay? Should I go? Should I start it? Should I end it? Should I, take a bus? Should I take a train? Should I take a car? Should I pick red? Should I pick blue? Should I start this channel? Should I write this book? Should I go to school? Should I, whatever it is that you contemplating on, or that you second guessing yourself on, I ain't gonna start this business, I ain't gonna start this page, or I ain't gonna do this because it don't never go my way, or it ain't gonna never happen, or it's always happening, I ain't about to try again. I want to be with him, I want to be with her, I want to be here, but it just don't never go right. Spirit saying try one more time. Just think about it one more time, and if it ain't it, then quit. Period. Try one more time. It's the retrograde. Chill out. Wait. Don't make no hasty decisions. Try the business one more time. Try the book one more time. Try the page one more time. Upload the video one more time. Think about the class one more time. One more time. That's it. Just one more time. All these planets is retrograding and they all making super big transitions. Pluto just moved into Aquarius from Capricorn. Uranus is dancing back and forth between Taurus and Gemini. Moon is in Virgo right now. Like, it's just a lot of, cathartic energy that's kind of lingering right now. So you could be in your feels, and it could just be for you to process, not to actually do something. It could be for you to change your perspective and not your partner. That's for you to decide. So we're on the Six of Swords. And we're going to stop second guessing, and we're going to hold on to the faith. And the Seven of Spades is the faith card, and that's after the Six of Swords, or the Six of Spades. However, it did not pop out still. It skipped over the 7 and went straight to the 8. So you see it's the 5 of Swords, the 6 of Swords, and it skipped the 7 and it went to the 8. So it's like you got the faith already. Get to work. You see what I'm saying? But I ain't going to skip ahead. I'm going to read this card. It say a lot of times we get a strong intuition about something, a change we need to make, a person we need to distance ourselves from, a job we need to leave, a city we're being called to, but then our minds take over and we start second guessing ourselves. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. The message of the Six of Swords is simple. There will never be the perfect time. Here we see a woman rafting down some white water rapids. Nothing is elegant about it, but she's doing the damn thing. She's more focused on making it to the other side than worried if she gets some bruises along the way. When this card is pulled, you can stop all the researching and picking people's brains and reading self-help books and asking your friends for their opinions, because none of this is actually all that helpful to you right now. You know what you need to do, and it's a matter of having faith in yourself to move forward. You may not have everything lined up exactly how you want it, and there may be 1,000 more things you think you may need to do before you feel prepared. And you may already be aware that your actions will piss someone off. Do it anyway. After you done talked to the friend, after you done went on this emotional journey, and this is what I just said, after you done got outside of yourself and you still feel like, I don't want to do this. This is what this card is saying. Because the Six of Swords came after you talked to the friend. The Six of Swords came after you went and pondered. That's why they say you don't need to do that going forward. Going forward is the Eight of Swords. What's behind you is talking to the friend. Going on a, Five of Spades, wander and adventure. Stand to yourself, processing your feelings. You see what I'm saying? And then the Six of Swords is here, in the water, in the raft, in your fields. This is the time. So you see what I'm saying? That's why they're saying you don't need to keep on going back and forth here. We right here now. So now that you've already got these two out the way, it's time to make a decision. You see what I'm saying? If you have not talked to somebody, if you have not pondered, if you have not processed, you want to get that out the way. You want to catch up. These two cards came before the Six of Swords. So now after the Six of Swords, after you make up your mind, whatever it is that you decide, stand on it and work your tail off. Because the next card is the Eight of Swords. So this Six of Swords is your fate card. This is fate. However, like they said, it's two above, it's two beneath, it's one in the boat, and it's one in her back pocket. It's her choice. Whatever you choose to do, whether you choose to change your perspective or change your partner, is your choice. However, you must stand on it and not let shame get in the way of you making your decisions. Shame should not be the benefactor. Guilt should not be the benefactor. You need to release that shame and release that guilt. Because if you do stay, you still going to have the shame and the guilt. And if you leave without releasing the shame and the guilt, you're going to carry that shame and guilt wherever it is you go. So you still got to release the shame and the guilt that you feel. Be honest with yourself. Process, write, journal, have that conversation. Be honest. And then work your tail off. The 8 of Swords. And you will be free. That's you up there in all purple, above the clouds, above cloud 9. Yeah, it will hurt some people, but guess what? People change their mind. You know, a lot of people, if this is a business, you know, people, they fall out all the time. Closest friends, they get into business and they fall out. The business break apart. People got to get their feelings hurt. Marriages, people think that they want to do it. They think that this is the perfect person and they get into it. Y'all see the statistics of the divorce rate? Y'all see the reasons? Y'all see. People change their mind. People grow up. People do things before they're ready to do them. People don't realize certain things before they get into them. People have epiphanies. People change their desires. People lose desire. There are multiple reasons why things end. So whatever your reason is, just be sure that you're sure about it. Just make sure you're thinking about it. Because obviously it's a tough commitment. It's a king of diamond. So it's some type of commitment or some type of dedication that you seen worth it at some point. That's why Spirit is saying talk to somebody about it. Work on yourself. Learn to love yourself. Release the guilt. Release the shame. Make the decision and go to work. That's what's going to help you get out of this funk. That's what's going to help you stop running. The first card is somebody running away. The chakras is up there. The alignment is over there. And it's no coincidence that the Scout of Pentacles came out right up under the equanimity for difficult people card. The Scout of Pentacles came out right up under it. It's like you can't run from difficult times. You can't run from difficult conversations. You can't run from difficulty. You have to either deal with it, learn from it, rise above it, but running from it is not the answer. All the rest of your cards is steel. So you will end up with this breath work. You will end up with your chakras aligned, with yourself aligned, your business aligned, your partner aligned. Everything that you desire. Remember that Ace of Heart. It was at the center of your reading. However, remember, you the King of Diamond. So it's very difficult for you or anyone else to get in the center of your heart due to that diamond energy. However, if you put in the work, if you deem something worthy, you will get the vision and the gift of the Ace of Heart, which is loving what is gifted to you. All right, y'all. That's the read, and that's the final reading for the King of Diamond. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe to my page. Tell somebody about me. Tell somebody about it. If you know a King of Diamond, if you got a King of Diamond in your spread, whether it's your Venus card, your Saturn card, let me know. If it's your reward card, let me know. Let's talk about it. Again, this has been your reading. Thank you so much for your contribution to my page, for watching, liking, and sharing and everything. And you have a wonderful day.